Welcome into another edition of the Gator Nation Football Podcast Film Review. I'm James DiVirgilio, and on today's episode, we'll take a look at Florida's new transfer quarterback, Aaron Philo, coming from Georgia Tech. He will be competing with Tramel Jones as well as others in Florida's quarterback room for the upcoming season. And we're going to take a look at his 2025 film in the one game he was featured in where he started and played the whole game, Gardner-Webb. So not exactly elite competition, but I've got a bunch of plays for us to look at to see what he put on film from that game and what we might be able to glean about his play style, strengths, and weaknesses. As always, the entire film review will be available on Patreon. The link is in the description if you want access to that, where $15 a month does get you full access to every piece of film review content that I put out throughout the year. Otherwise, you will get a handful of plays here that will give you an idea of what Philo looked like in 2025 and what he could look like in 2026. As always, if you like this content, sub to this channel and follow us on social media from the latest from the GNFP all year long. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at what Aaron Philo looked like in 2025. Let's start by looking at the very first play from this game against Gardner-Webb. Georgia Tech is going to take a shot, and if you've seen the film review on Buster Faulkner's offense, you're going to recognize immediately that Georgia Tech's in an unbalanced formation. I'm not going to comment too much during this review on the plays themselves. We're just going to really look at Philo's performance here on each snap to get an idea of his strengths and his weaknesses. But shot play right away, and really you're going to have two options here, vertical here, deep over here. We're going to throw the deep over. Pressure from the corner is going to really make this pass incomplete here for Philo. He should still hit this because he has so much space, but he's going to get sped up just a bit, sets the right foot. He's good right now, plant, and then throw. But there's no doubt at this point he feels this pressure coming. And you can see it's a touch earlier than he really wants to release this ball. But in this case, there's so much grass out here. You know that this safety is not going to stay with your slot receiver. It's the matchup you want. It's your primary option. You scripted this play all week long. You just got to hit it. So let this ball go a little bit earlier even. You know you're going to win that race. But he does have plenty of arm. So you're going to see here, he's going to overshoot this here by a good margin. There's plenty of zip on that ball, right? He's got plenty of arm strength. He does not have an elite arm, in my opinion, as we break this down. But he does have a strong arm. He's got plenty on this throw here, even as he takes this hit. Unfortunately, misses a really easy touchdown here to start, but right away, roll the film and you see he's got plenty of arm. Plenty of arm at the college level here. Again, does he have an elite arm? I wouldn't say it's elite as we look at other throws here, but certainly plenty of arm strength. That's not going to be a problem for him in a Florida uniform. Third down and 3 now, same drive. We're going to roll out to the right out of the bunch set and try to hit this vertical route. The receiver is going to be open. Gardner-Webb does a nice job getting enough pressure here. Going to push him out, and then really he wants to be able to drive down this throw, right? Down this throw here to his receiver, who is going to leave, again, the safety. That's the matchup they were obviously looking for in this game. We talked about Buster Faulkner being heavily matchup-based, attack a player. He will attack grass too, but very much player attack dependent, and so they're setting this up for this play, and Philo's going to try to hit it and just get really nothing on this ball. So I showed you the first shot where he missed with an overshot. Now you're going to see this shot and think, wait a minute, that's not great arm strength. He is on a full roll here to his right. He is a good thrower, right and left rolling. It's actually one of the things he's better at is how accurate he is on the move. But this throw leaves a whole lot to be desired. As you can see, that ball's got to be down here, and we're a good 10 yards short, right? Complete whiff there, but you're also seeing him take yet another hit. So he is a sophomore. He only played a handful of games his freshman year. These are some inexperienced mistakes that you would expect to see. Of course, we saw DJ Lagway making a lot of inexperienced mistakes as well, but he's played a lot more than Philo has. So definitely a ball that he wants back right there. As he's getting ready to let this go, he thinks he might have something, but again, he is sprinting fully to his right, and that's going to wind up being a 50-yard pass. Does he have that in his toolkit? I don't know. I haven't seen him in practice. I can't tell you if he does. He clearly thought he did, but that ball did not wind up anywhere near 50. He really gets that off just about 40. On the one rolling right, taking a hit. So that's going to wind up being a pick here in this game early on, and not a great start versus Gardner-Webb. Okay, in the red zone now, a play that Florida ran a million times under Billy Napier. Just this 2 wide receiver crosser here and a heavy package. We're under center, something that Florida really wouldn't do very often. Under center here, going to run play action. Really good red zone play, especially when you're overmatched here in this situation. Now, I don't know what the read is supposed to be. Now, typically, if you're going to run crossers like this, you treat it like mesh, and your quarterback's going to have soft eyes here right in the middle. See what happens with the traffic, get an idea of who's trailing who, and what the defense is doing. And then you can make a read either way at the same time right here from the center. No need to move right or left. Make the read right from the center. And I cannot tell you exactly what Philo is looking at. He seems to be favoring to want to throw right. Right here, he's only IDing him. I'd rather have his head snap right to the middle. There's no reason even to look at this right now. You can see him in the periphery. If you're staring right here, you're going to see this defender. If he wants to bump out here and just play a zone on that side, you're going to see that. You don't have to look right at him. He's going to look right at him, and then he's going to move his eyes to the middle. So right now, when your right foot hits the ground, he should be ready to throw, right? You've watched this on my film reviews for years. Right foot hits now. He should be gathered and ready to make a throw. If his first read is here, which, by the way, it is. This is wide open. Right foot in the ground, soft read here. These guys are trailing. Lob the ball up here. Easiest 6 of your life. One step forward, you're good. This pressure is not going to matter. It's over, right? He doesn't do that. Rewind. Here you go. Right foot hits. Now he's climbing. And now maybe, and I can't tell for sure, maybe now he is noticing that he's heavily trailing. He wants to maybe get over here to this receiver. He's going to step left and look like maybe here he's considering this. Hard to tell if he ever considers it, but that's definitely the right read. He's missed the wide open, easy touchdown throw. Huge missed opportunity here. Now we're going to escape the pressure, roll to the right, get more pressure, and now we're gunslinging, right? Now we're absolutely gunslinging. Look at the picture here. You've got a dropper underneath. You got a trailer in close range. You got this guy who's like, dude, no way. No way I'm not getting this tutty. Well, you're not getting that tutty. However, Philo's like, check that out. I've got this spot right here on the run to the right. Going to make about a 30-yard pass here. Slight fadeaway, right? These are things you don't want your quarterback to do. This is one of those, oh no, what have we done? And then absolute dime to the back of the end zone, right? So this is good and bad together. Okay, you're capable of making that throw. That's great. Let's make that throw on 3rd down and 10 when we have nothing else in the red zone and it's our guy or no one else. But instead, let's just make the wide open, easy throw within the structure of the offense right here. So good and bad there. Bad, read was not clean, didn't see it, wasn't quick to get to it. Great was obviously, this is a hero throwing a ball. You're like, oh no, absolute dot right there. So still gets 6, first touchdown of the year for Philo. And this one, and a really nice throw. But again, missed the read there. So, how well is his reading ability? Let's find out as we move through this film review. Going to go screen up top on this one to the bunch set right here. Just going to set the screen. Ball wants to be delivered on the face mask moving forward. That's the plan here. Out of the pistol, ball fake, set your feet, open up, throw around the traffic. Here's your traffic. Put this ball right in the window. Throw him up the field. Really important here. Throw him up the field. Not a bad ball, not a great ball, right? Too high. Great catch by the receiver, but shooting him up the field, which is nice. So this is not an accurate ball. You can always look at the receiver to see where the receiver expects the ball. He's expecting the ball right here into his chest. Bam, right? Instead, this is slung high, and Philo finishing fadeaway. Saw Lagler do that a lot, right? Now look, you're going to have to finish at different arm angles when you have an unblocked man on purpose coming into your viewpoint. I mean, on screenplays is when you're going to have more of your wonky body throws, right? But still, you want to be on platform as much as possible. These kind of fadeaway throws lead to errant throws, which that's not a great throw, right? It's positive because it's forward where you want to go. Not a great throw. Great catch. And because he threw him forward, we still get the end result that we wanted, right? And that's the benefit of not putting that ball behind him, which will kill the play. We're into space, picking up positive yards. So not a great throw there, right? You see the mechanics still not super clean on that particular play, but plenty of arm strength, ball in the right general area. But again, not an A+ throw. So not a Philo play here, but this is how Georgia Tech scored quite a bit in this game. And if you watch the Faulkner film review, you already know what's about to happen here. And that's probably going to be a GT counter. And then here it comes. Stacked out here, GT counter. Going to hit it right here. Roll the film, easy for Philo, hand the ball off. And then you've got the counter, which really, in the counter here, you get a two-way go. But ideally, you're looking to roll this train out here. But two-way go, right? So you're going to be here and here, either one you want. When you're blowing out the linebacker like that and you've got nothing but green grass, you take it, and Georgia Tech's going to take that, off to the races, touchdown. So Philo hands the ball off. Tech gets in for its second score, now up 14-6. On the Faulkner film review, we saw that he's not afraid to take shots from his own end zone. Going to take one here. Going to get some confusion. Safety's going to come down to take the running back on this fake. Corner thinks he's holding low and realizes he's not. Going to take a shot over the top right here on first down. There's your play fake from the pistol, and now you got all kinds of green grass. If you're a quarterback, you're thinking, this is a dream right here. Let's get 6. Plant the feet. A little late for my liking here. A little late for my liking. Right foot hits. Let's try. What else do you need to see? What else do you need to see, right? It's time to let the ball rip. Hit the foot, drive, and throw. Instead, we have another gather step here. We reset, and then we throw. I don't love that. Not a fan of that. That's too slow for me. Again, if I'm coaching, right foot hits, you got everything you need, drive and throw. Let's not reset. Now we throw. And you can see arm-wise, right? He's a pretty army thrower. I'm going to say that meaning, like, watch his release here. A lot of arm. Gets plenty of whip up top, but a lot of arm here on how he throws this. A big lean back. Doesn't necessarily rip through the ball here, finishing. Good with the right foot coming through, finishing, leaning back to a certain degree. He's going to shot put this in the air a little bit for my liking here. This ball is not driven as well as we saw. The very first ball of the game, he threw, he drove that ball. This one, not quite as driven. And because of that, he's still going to put it, about 40, 46, 48 yards out there and on target. We're going to complete this, but this is an easy 6 if he's not underthrowing this ball so much. It's also an easy 6 if right here when his right foot hits, he drives and lets it go. You get rid of this ball a half second earlier, then he's even more open and you have more space, and it's a shorter throw. You can put it more on a line. He waits, floats, and he does complete. Again, the purpose of film review is to be hypercritical, right? That's what you're looking at. You're looking to analyze this through the most critical lens for improvement for the quarterback, and also to kind of get what does he look like? What is he thinking? What is he doing? How fast is his processing clock? What kind of ball does he throw? So of course he completed it. Yes, we're happy with that. But on film review, again, our job here is to really look at this with a critical eye. So big completion, but could have been 6, right? And in big games in the SEC, you need to take all you can get when you have it. You have something that open, you want to maximize that. So again, not an A+ grade here, not an A grade on that throw. A wide open receiver, you do get the completion, but could have been better. All right, that's going to do it for these handful of plays on Aaron Philo. Again, if you want to see the full film review, that is available on Patreon. But this hopefully gave you a taste of what Philo looks like. Much like the Faulkner film review, I will release the full Aaron Philo film review in a couple of weeks. So you will be able to get that if you want to wait to see that. That will come out on YouTube, and you will be able to see that. Of course, I want to give you as much off-season content as I can. But for now, that's going to do it. As always, leave me any comments, suggestions, feedback, and I'll get right back to you. Until next time, go Gators.